me acting crazy when I leave. The purpose of me working, girl, I'm searching for the P's. Paying back degrees, breaking bands for Chanel bags. Can you see?
Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy DaGman, and I just want to say thank you for joining me for my 4th edition of 5 Minutes with the G. Yes, Vlogume number 4. And before I get into the topic, you know what I do. I just want to send a big shout out to the PT family members. So big shout out to Straight Shooting LJA, Jezzy Fizzle, JBK, and Nathan Arsenal. Also, I just want to say, please can you subscribe to our YouTube channel, share the videos, like the videos, turn on the notifications, so when these videos drop, you will be the first to be notified. But let's get into the topic of this week, which is called My Bigger Picture. And yes, you can see it's referencing the Project Bigger Picture, the proposal that the Premier League sent to the EFL clubs. This proposal was sort of seen as an aid to help, clubs in the lower leagues which are struggling financially. But this proposal also had caveats which the Premier League were asking for certain things to aid the game. From a personal standpoint, it looked like the Premier League were just trying to take a stranglehold, and there were certain few clubs that wanted to have more influence in the game in England. But I'm not going to get into that. The Straight Shooting LJA has covered that in a recent vlog. Please go check it out. It's called Selfish Premier League Proposal, aka Project Bigger Picture. So please go check that out after you watch this video, of course. But just saying that, after I did watch the LJA's video, it sparked a few ideas and of certain things that could have been in proposal. So I just wanted to share them with you, see what you think. So here they are. So my first idea would be to get rid of the January transfer window. Yes, abolish, burn, scrap. We don't need a January transfer window. Personally, I believe that we need one window, which is the pre-season window, the window from May to August. Clubs should be making all their strategies within that period of time from May to August. So they're looking at the long-term, short-term and mid-term plans. They're bringing in their players, they're selling players, and once that window's closed, the window should shut up shop and clubs shouldn't be able to do any more transfer business. A club should see through a season with the players that they have brought in to the club. And it's as simple as that. I think the January transfer window, it just opens up a lot of problems for clubs. And, you can see it like with how much media exposure it gets to. It's less of a real window for clubs, but more of a window for the media itself to just basically cause a lot of hype and speculation. The in the know fans are in the mix, the agents are in the mix, just causing trouble. And clubs are really forced to basically sell players when they don't want to sell players sometimes, from my personal opinion. But yeah, the January transfer window would definitely be gone if I had my way with it. What do you think about that? So my second idea, in tandem with the January transfer window, I'd add the manager transfer window. Now this manager transfer window would again start at the end of the season in May, but then finish just before 2 weeks before the season starts. And my belief is, again, that managers, once they sign on the dotted line for a club, once a club sign on the dotted line to commit to a manager, for that season, that manager is committed to the club. Yes, there should be a manager can leave to join another club. None of that. I just don't agree with it personally. I think once a manager is signed to a club, he's committed to a club, he needs to see through his ideas or see through that job at hand. However, things do go awry and managers fall out. If a club does choose to sack a manager, or a manager does choose to walk away from a club for whatever reason, there should be a fine paid from whatever party. And then in terms of, a replacement manager, the club shouldn't be able to, approach another manager from another club until that window's open again. So what they would have to do is employ from within. Simple. So my third idea is really a reactionary idea to one of the ideas within the Project Bigger Picture. the Premier League has said they want to disband the EFL Cup and the Community Shield. Well, that infuriates me. I feel it's quite distasteful that they feel that because they feel the Premier League clubs are suffering from fixture list congestion, that it's okay just to get rid of a competition, even though the impact is going to be heavily felt by the clubs in the lower league, who see this as an extra revenue stream. And not just that, these games enable them to an extra chance to win a cup competition, and by taking that away from them, you know, I just think it's selfish. But getting to the point, my idea is this: why don't the Premier League say this? Okay, for Premier League clubs who enter into the EFL Cup, you can only field an under-23 squad. This way, it's not touching your first team squad or the reserve players within that squad, so they can rest up. They don't have to face fixture congestion, but it's for your under-23 squad. Your under-23 squad can then get experience in men's football, playing in a credible competition against the lower league clubs, you know? And this way, the lower league clubs, yeah, would effectively still have a cup competition to play in, still have money and revenue coming into the club from extra games, and not just that, they'll have a better chance of winning a cup competition and a credible cup competition. So yeah, how about that? So yeah, idea number 4, and I think this is a good one, so please listen carefully. Basically, my idea is to strip the league of one Champions League spot, yeah? So 1, 2, 3, first, second and third, they get Champions League spot. The 4th spot now gets a Europa spot, 5th and 6th also. And then the last Champions League spot is given to the Community Shield. Yes, people. Now, how would that all work? The winners of the FA Cup and the winners of the League Cup would then play in the Community Shield. Not the winners of the Premier League and the winners of the FA Cup, but the winners of the FA Cup and the winners of the League Cup will play in the Community Shield, the final, which will be at the beginning of the next season, which would therefore be playing for a Champions League spot. People, just think about that. How would that bolster the FA Cup and the League Cup? How would that make those 2 cups more important to everyone? Think about it. It's a great idea. So my 5th and final idea for my Project Bigger Picture is kind of in agreement with the Premier League's Project Bigger Picture proposal, which is 25% of the TV revenue should be handed down to the EFL clubs. You know, I applaud that. But what I don't applaud is all the caveats that it comes with. Strip it of the caveats. Just give the money to the lower league. You know, Premier League, you're making a vast amount of money. Your clubs are getting richer and richer. You can see the lower league clubs are struggling. You know, why can't you slice them off a piece of the pie without any caveats? You know, in fact, personally, my belief, you owe the EFL. The Premier League owes the EFL. Yeah. Now people are going to say, what am I talking about? But just think about the logics. Without the EFL, which was started to be formed in 1888, yeah, think about it, 1888, yeah, the Premier League was only started in 1992, and what the Premier League is a breakaway group of EFL clubs. Okay, the Premier League owes the EFL. Without that breakaway, there is no Premier League. The Premier League is just an idea. Just like the Super League, it's just an idea. You need these clubs to commit, but for the years and years of nurturing, of building, of striving, of progression under the EFL banner, these clubs then moved up into this Premier League, and created what it is today. The Premier League owes the EFL in my eyes, so slicing them off a piece of the pie shouldn't be a problem. You know, sharing some of that 1 billion, even if it is 10%, 15%, 20%, would go a long way for these clubs. How can you see your sister and brother clubs struggling whilst you're eating rich? And even my club, which is part of the top 6, all I'm seeing is greed, 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 greed. That, you know, our owners talk about being custodians of the game, yeah, or custodians of the club. Well, you need to be custodians of the game, and the game in England needs the football pyramid. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, help support the football pyramid. Stop coming up with these savvy ideas of how you can take more control of the game. You know, start thinking about your brother and sister clubs, of how you can protect them and, you know, provide a sufficient way for everyone to just survive. You know, we're going through hard times. But anyway, that is my 5th and final idea. And people, thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? If you've got ideas, please share them with me, and, you know, I'll get back to you on the socials. So will Straight Shooting LJA, JBK, Nathan Arsenal, and Jizzy Fizzle. And yeah, so I'm out now. So peace out and bye.
One, the better one than your girl has. Focusing on fickle things, going through the thicker things. See the bigger picture, girl, I'm working for the bigger things. Miss me with the bickering, shit gets sickening. Don't you see this king, girl? Just come over and win with him. Girl, I'm